And welcome once again to Constructing New Walden City. I'm your host, Dr. Wasabi. It is a beautiful, foggy morning in New Walden, and today this is episode 20, which means we're going to do another video progression tour of the world. Oh, I always love these. Like, the last one was really good because we got in depth for what the plans were, and some of those have been done in other ways, some have been left out later, but it's going to be very nice to explore this map and to show you what has changed so far. But before I do that, I just want to say, if you like what I do, if you like my channel, please like and subscribe. It's heavily appreciated because it bumps me up in the algorithm below and spreads my content to you just fantastic people. Okay, so the way we're going to do this, oh, that was a bit of a stutter there, is that we're going to be doing it by south, southeast, southwest, northeast, northwest, and oh yeah, we'll essentially do it like that. I almost forgot the directions of north there, but yeah, we'll get to that. So if you're looking at my compass, we'll go again, say it with me: southeast, southwest, northeast, northwest. Okay, right, so let's get started. So I will see you in the southeast. And we are back, folks. So we are just on the border of the southeast, and we're taking the road over the bridge to the Mansion District. Now this is quite nice. I always love this. We put this in as a little memorial. That's it. Oh, my brain's melting today, folks. Oh, it's been a scorcher out there. So this has been a nice little glowberry treat. This is actually why I actually got the idea for the glow pop in the first place. I was like, I was watching Hermitcraft at the time, and obviously Scar was making moot pop, and was like, hey, these glowberries would make good soda, and that's where glow pop came from. And as we cross the bridge, which, well, mind you, has a little secret. Oh, pardon me. Oh, I think I've had a bit too much glow pop. Oh, bless. Right, so we crossed the bridge over there, and today we see the lovely glow sprites that we've been using across the map. Of course, this was a tutorial on my Atomic Tutorials playlist, so if you want to check that out, just see the Atomic Tutorial playlist and go watch the video for yourself. It's quite useful. I use this on the glow pop factory sign up front, which we'll go to later, but before I do, I want to go under here, because obviously there's a bit of a secret over here. A mystery tunnel. So, oh no, we don't have any night vision. Not to worry, folks, not to worry, I have one right here. So we drink our night vision, we go through the tunnel, head down, and voila! We got ourselves a nice little hidden room. I always like making hidden rooms. It makes the world much more interesting to do. Now there will be some hidden rooms which I will not show you, which we'll figure out how to find in later episodes, but of course we're crossing the bridge now, and as we approach the road we take a sharp turn. Of course there's been loads of excavation out here. It's been quite a undertaking in and of itself. I think I'll keep some of these forests. There's a big question about micro building when you're in a generated world, whether to keep the landscape, but I tend to keep more of the landscape than I destroy, because obviously you get this all of this lovely natural beauty over here. So of course we have arrived at the Mansion District 18. That's episode 18. We finished the mansion exterior as well as interior itself, and look at that. Now isn't this a house for a millionaire, a bazillionaire, depending on how much that Fallout currency inflation has cost this house. Oh dear. But yes, there is a page on my Planet Minecraft for this build if you want to check that out. All of it in my channel header on my channel itself if you want to check that out. So yeah, that is the mansion in and of itself. There's another secret over here which I'll not show. You know, I've got to keep them secret, otherwise it wouldn't be a secret. But of course the plans for this are pretty laid in stone. Building there, another building there, obviously kind of sectioned out in these squares over here, and of course never forgetting the haunted Victorian mansion that we're going to build over here. Hopefully we should get this during Halloween. and another project I'll be able to show you. Now look at that. Oh, bless Sightgrass's heart. It's nearly there. I have not been here in a long time, folks. I wouldn't say a long time, but I haven't been into this part specifically. And because of my low render distance due to the foggy nature, it's taking quite a long time for this grass to load. Come on, fellas. We believe in you. Hopefully all the grass should have grown back. We have faith, don't we, folks? And of course, one feature that never seems to, well seems to not surprise, is the terraforming that we've been doing on the world. You see these lovely sandbanks across the cove over here, and the general cliff edge that is over here. Now the plan for this is that I'm going to make a giant mountain when the part 2 of Caves and Cliffs comes out, and we'll put a nice observatory on there to chart the stars and shoot down any commie invaders. Oh god, love that Fallout vibe. And of course, anything else? Yes, we do have the outskirts of the mansion district, which I need to show you. So of course it's not just rich people and fancy houses here, no. We have the fancy old bridge, which is my kind of story name for it. I'm sure I'll make a nice name for it, you know, when you're writing down all the places and what the name is. So this is, I love this build. I was watching it, I was making it when I was watching Gravity Falls, and that was where the inspiration kind of came from, alongside that bridge which you find in Fallout 76, the West Virginia bridge, which is what this is inspired by. Of course I added my own flair. This is the first building that used copper, and I think it worked really well. Of course some overgrowth underneath, and I used this weird thing which just seems to spread blossoms everywhere and spores, which is a bit concerning, but hopefully the world won't be overrun by spore blossoms. Hopefully. And of course over here is the gas station, which is one of the first builds on the server, one that I'm quite proud of, based on the Fallout 3 concept art for the, what is it? Jetstream, that's it, the Jetstream gas station as an alternative to Red Rocket, because I wanted this world to be a bit more unique. And well, yes, this has been the southeast quadrant of the map. So, of course, you got the highway which goes across the southeast and northeast. So, I think without further ado, let's take ourselves to, well, the southwest. Ooh, and we have made it to the southwest, folks. We've just crossed the bridge that we started, and we are in, yeah, we're just about in the southwest. Now, you may notice we've been jogging for quite a while, so let's get out of our bed and have a nice snooze, and perhaps some milk as well. Get rid of this night potion effect, because you don't want to see bubbles everywhere, do you? Let's get out our bucket, shall we? Yes, our bucket of milk. What a milkshake. Right, over here. Wonderful, wonderful. So let's put this away. The bed goes there, and the night vision goes there. Wonderful, right. So this is the southwest portion of the map. A little bit less developed than the other parts, but it has lost none of its charm. As you can see, I failed to mention how big the mountains are over here. There's quite beautiful vistas, which I think we should keep relatively clear for the most part at this moment, because it is so beautiful. Now, this part of the map has a very special purpose, at least for now, and that is in between the southeast and the southwest is my map art room. Well, I'd say a room, more of a space that I've kind of reserved for map art. So this is the one I'm using for a project up in the city, but you can see how it works. You take out a map, a very small map, the smallest you can find, and then you kind of do the pixel art and the layering, and when it's all done, if I get a map out here, an empty map here, well, bam, you get yourself a lovely map art. So I'll just keep that there. So, oh, that fog though. So, this part over here, one aspect I do want to mention is that you may have noticed there was a lot of sandy beaches, and I want to kind of vary between sand beaches along the coastline, this kind of empty coastline at the moment, but have no fear, we'll fill it up right away, and the gravel kind of pebble beaches that I want to put in. So it'll be a nice balance between the two. Obviously there was sand in the cove, and there'll be kind of gravel beaches along this kind of coastline towards the factory, which is where our next stop will be. So let's follow the gravel and see where it goes. But I think I was watching a lovely Be Below episode where he did a palette for the pebble beaches using dead coral, stone and other things. So I'll experiment and see what kind of detail I can put into the beaches, and hopefully it should turn out pretty good. But following the gravel beach, and of course we are at the Glow Pop factory. Now this is such a good build. I'm quite proud of this one myself. And the funny thing is, the bigger the world gets, the smaller the factory looks. It's quite an interesting illusion if you think about it. But anyway, enough of me talking. Let's see what we've been going on over here. Of course, you've all seen the bottle statue, as well as the main area itself, the loading bay, and of course the factory. Not much has been going on over here, because of course you kind of have to teleport from place to place, patching in what you can, whatever you can, and then moving on to the next place. So we have managed to do a decent chunk of interior concerning the interior of the reception and the factory over here, which is going to be lovely when it's done. I think these will be offices, of course, and of course we have the pixel art glowberry, which I mentioned earlier, being used proudly at the front of the factory. Now, as for planning, I think a lot of this river will go, or at least be redirected, because I don't want that factory falling into the river. Oh god, could you imagine? It's just that the foundations collapse and it just slides into the river. Oh, that would be a nightmare. Right, so what else is there in the southwest? Well, apart from that, there are these wonderful mountains which I mentioned earlier, which I think we'll have some fun working with. Of course, I think some floating islands might have to go, but I think it's going to be a lovely... I might make it into a nature trail. I'm not sure. It depends how big the map is going to be, because I do plan on expanding the map, but when Caves and Cliffs reaches part 2, that is the moment I want to expand it, because that's when the really big mountains come in and the world height is increased. Now, on the border of the southwest is this wonderful river that goes straight into the big kind of harbour of the city itself, and I failed to mention this in my southeast tour, but that big moat, I guess I could call it a moat, is going to kind of push up towards the corner and then kind of punch through into the harbour, so that entire center left island will kind of sit there on its own little district, and I think that's going to be really nice. Of course, we've still got a bit to go. We have a bit to go terraforming wise, but you know, terraforming work is a hard, gritty, dirty process. So, you know, it's just one of those things you gotta do as a builder. So that has just about been the southwest. Is there anything I need to show you? Windows dial-up input now. So no, that's just about it. The only thing that I do need to show you is the tunnel, which is where we'll go to the northeast and show you what's over there. So I'll see you in just a second. And after a hasty run, we are back in the northeast part of the map. Now this is the most undeveloped part of the map for, I would say, good reason, because there's a lot of big plans coming up here. So the first thing that we see is, oh, look at this field. I don't think people are I don't want people to think I'm vamping here, but I'll just give you the general layout and then the plans of what we're going to do here. So it's kind of a general foresty area. When, to be fair, not much has changed from the original seed. The only thing that has changed is the installation of the massive highway over there, which will kind of connect the roads all together, and obviously go through the city, but we'll share that later. So the plan, like I have said earlier, is that the water will punch through all these islands and dig through into the harbour, so you'll have complete boat travel from the harbour to the moat, to the river, to the cove. I really want the rivers to be a part of the map, integral to kind of travel that people do alongside the subway systems and the roads and all that jazz as well. Now I'm quite split about what to do with this mountain. I could tear it down, I could turn it into a nature trail or something like that. I could just build around it, although that might look a bit weird. I'm not sure. I'll figure out something, don't worry. And of course, this is where we did our custom tree tutorial. Over here, you'll see. You may have seen this at a distance and think, "Oh, that tree looks a bit big, doesn't it?" And you would be right, because no tree, to my knowledge, grows like this. So, well, unless you're in a mod pack. But you know, fully vanilla here, folks. We don't do mods. Mods bad. So no, this is where we did the tree tutorial. Next to the wonderful mountain. Like, that's what I'm saying. Just look at it. I don't want to destroy it, because I'm gonna be honest, it'd be a lot of work even if I did. So I'm sure we'll figure out something here. It's all about planning. So, what else is over here? Yes, we have the opening up of the harbour over here. We have a few islands which I'm going to turn into nice little attractions. Maybe a sundown already. Oh, my word, so rude. Oh, luckily for us, there's a bed from when I did that 1.17 update video. Haha, memories. So let's wait till the sun goes down, and we'll be back into the northwest. Come on, Mr. Sun. There we go. Wah-bam. After a lovely sleep, we are in the northwest portion of the map, walking along the boardwalk. You know that song by the oh, what they called? Actually, I'm not going to say that because I might get copyright strikes. So, we are in the northwest part of the city where the skyscrapers stay, and well, the businessmen play. I don't know how to write. So. Again, not much has changed over here. We have these lovely skyscrapers. I am working on more apartments over there. It's just that each apartment is a challenge in of itself because it's so big. These are big, exclusive, VIP kind of suites that you know, billionaires pay for. You know, beachfront property and all that jazz. More has been worked on the lab over here, as I'll show you. So let's just break through this glass. Hopefully no one's watching. Sorry, receptionist. Urgent tour business. Right, so if we go through here, much has been done to the lab in terms of layout. So there's no night vision. Let me just get my milk out when we go back outside. So obviously the layout's been done. I'm not sure if I actually have shown this before, so I'll make sure to be quick. Obviously, you've got a green, yellow, red system on the general layout of the building. So green is okay, yellow is a bit more confidential, and red is absolutely don't go in there unless you have a card. Otherwise, you know, the turrets, let's go, you know. So a lot have been done on the layout, and we'll be fashioning out scientific rooms and archives and all that jazz. And through here. Yeah, through here is going to be where the caverns are. This is where, like, the undiscovered, the unexcavated, undeveloped part of the labs are. Maybe it'll be like a story part. Maybe it won't. We'll see. I mean, that's the beauty of it. You kind of make it up as you go along sometimes, which is sounds naive, but honestly, it works out more than you think. So, up towards the surface now. Let's drink our milk. Oh. Darkness everywhere. Right, so let's fill that up. See, we pay our debt to the plaza, the food court, whatever you want to call it. I have not figured out a name for it, so we'll just call it, you know, whatever until then. The party plaza / food court, that's what we'll call it. So over here, obviously new buildings, new sites. But before I do that, I just want to say, yeah, God, you love it, folks. You love it, you hate it. If you do like what I do, please like and subscribe. It's heavily appreciated because, of course, it spreads my content in the algorithm and spreads my content to you amazing people. So please like this video and subscribe to my channel. Shameless plug over. Let's move over here to the food court. Now, before I go into this place, I want to check out this project, which I've been working on. Pip's Pizzeria, or Pip's Pizza on the sign. This is a lovely little establishment with Robco animatronic robots. Of course, because you got Pip the Wolf over here. And this is what the map art I showed you earlier has been for. And the best part of it is, you ready for this? It has glow-in-the-dark lighting. Well, this has lighting in general. Oh, that's so cool. Right, so I don't want to show you too much of this. I just want to make you aware that I will be sharing it on Planet Minecraft. So make sure to tune in for that. Well, check it out on Planet Minecraft. But, you know, tease it out the way. We'll show you the food court / party plaza. So of course much of this you've already seen. You've seen the fountain, you've seen the overall kind of office closed door-esque building, but you haven't seen these two buildings, which is what I'm going to show you now. So this is more of a Mediterranean / Mexican restaurant. I say Mediterranean / Mexican is that it's more of a generic color scheme which can kind of sort between the groups. So you go over here, there's some nice little coffee tables if you want to sit down and have a nice chat. But I have to say before I do, look at that view. Look at the view of the skyscraper through here. Ah, beautiful. I'm going to use that as a thumbnail. Don't worry, folks. So you go through here, and of course you can see what I mean by the kind of salsa colors over here. You know, you just read warm sun, beaches, you know, crab, fish food, all that jazz over here, and I just love this wall roof feature with the warped slabs and the azalea leaves. It, you know, adds a bit of panache to the build itself. I love that word, panache. So you go down here. Here's the kitchen. You got your cookers. You got your herbs, your knife, your fridge, your washer. You got your manager's office, which is a lot more fancy than a restaurant manager would have. And of course over here we have our second floor, where there's more kind of group seating and what I might call the smallest bathrooms in the world to date. I'm not joking. I have tried to make them a bit bigger by the height, but there was not much I could do on terms with size, because I was determined to keep this building the same size, and that I did. So leaving this place, I'm not sure what to call it. It's like the funky crab. The crusty crab? No, not the crusty crab. The crunchy crab. Yeah, oh, actually. Yeah, I'm going to call it the crunchy crab. Oh, God, that's such a bad pun. Right, so over here, this is going to be a hotel thingamabob building. I love the kind of fade between terracotta and brown wool. I made sure that the colours kind of flowed with each other, because of course you've got brick, terracotta, brown wool, and of course you've got brick here fading into terracotta and terracotta fading into brown wool, which is, it kind of draws the eye together, which is a good building tip that to show you. Of course you've got a more modern veneer over here. You know, there's no veneer in here. So we go over here. The interior is not there, but we will get on it as fast as possible. You know how it is with these city worlds. So that has just been about it for the buildings, as apart from the highway itself. Now this is such a big highway. I'm quite proud of this one, to be fair. So this cuts across the entire city itself, as well as the overpass over here, which will get into bigger detail as we go along, because at the moment it's just a road flapped over a highway. Because the idea was we were going to make a tunnel over here, but I didn't want to make any more tunnels, because of course we had the tunnel going from the Glowpop factory to the city itself, so I decided to make an overpass. And that is it for the northwest portion of the map, and of course well, that's it for the map tour. I'm so glad you were able to tune into episode 20 of Constructing New Modern City. If you like what I do, please like and subscribe, and of course hit that notification bell in the description. Every like kind of spreads the video in the algorithm and spreads my content to you just amazing people. So thank you for watching. I want to say well, my schedule, I do uploads on Mondays and Fridays, pending rescheduling. And on Wednesdays and Sundays I do live streams when I am able. I want to say good night to you, and from the bottom of my heart, God bless.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.
Good afternoon. Today's high is 57 degrees. Tonight, your high cover with a low of 30.